Incense how is burning high all the Dharma realm receive the fragrance. From afar the sea vast thoughts of Buddhas, all in holy sweetness. In every place speeches clouds appear. I are sincere intention thus fulfill. As all Buddhas right now show their perfect body. I namo sasquageno opiaivo odi sattva I'm sattva I namo sasquageno opiaivo odi sattva I'm sattva I namo lageno piaivo odi sattva I'm sattva. Namo Sifas Lotus Bull Assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Namo Sifas Lotus Bull Assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Namo Sifas Lotus Bull Assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. The Sutra of the Buddha's teaching on Amitabha, deciphered once the Buddha Shakyamuni was staying in the Jeta Grove beyond the Pantika Sparka Travasti. 1,250 members of the Bhikshu Sangha had gathered with him, all of them eminent arhats known for their higher knowledge. Elder Shariputra was there with other great disciples, such as Mahamadhyayana, Mahakashyapa, Mahagadayana, Mahakashtila, Privatashundi Pandaga, Nanda, Rahula Galanpati, Pindala Bradavaja, Kaladin Mahakapina, Vakula Niruddha. The Bodhisattvas, Mahasattvas were also there. Dharma Prince Manjushri, Bodhisattva Jita, Bodhisattva Gandharhastin, Bodhisattva Nidukta, and so forth, together with Chakra chief among devas, as well as multitudes from the heavens. Just then the Buddha spoke to Elder Shariputra, saying, west of here, beyond trillions of Buddha's lands, there is the land called utmost happiness. In that land, in this very moment, a Buddha named Amitabha is teaching the Dharma. Shariputra, why is this land called utmost happiness? The beings of this land never suffer, they're always happy, and so this land is called utmost happiness. Moreover, Shariputra, this land of utmost happiness is surrounded by 7 tiers of railings, 7 layers of netting, and 7 rows of trees, all of them formed from 4 kinds of treasures. For that reason, to this land is called utmost happiness. Moreover, Shariputra, the pools of this land are made of the 7 treasures, and filled with water and endowed with 8 qualities. Golden sand lines the bottom of every pool, and each is surrounded by stairways made of gold, silver, viduria, and crystal, grand clamshells, rubies, and carnelian, lotus flowers as large as gears wheels with this pool. The blue flowers shine with blue light, the yellow flowers shine with yellow light, the red flowers shine with red light, and the white flowers shine with white light. They are wondrous, fragrant, and pure. Shariputra, the land of utmost happiness is surrounded by divine qualities. Shariputra, in the Buddha land there's always celestial music playing, and the ground is paved with gold. 6 days a day, a rain of celestial mandarava flowers falls. Early in the morning, beings of this land gather the wondrous flowers in the folds of their robes, and make offerings to trillions of Buddhas in other lands. And mealtime, they return, eat their meal, and walk in meditation. Shariputra, the land of utmost happiness is adorned with fine qualities. Shariputra, there are also many colorful and wondrous birds in that land. White cranes, peacocks, parrots, egrets, calaficas, and birds with 2 heads. 6 times a day, these birds sing in elegant harmony. They proclaim the teaching, such as the 5 spiritual faculties, the 5 strengths, the 7 factors of awakening, and the Noble Eightfold Path. When the beings of this land hear this bird sing, they grow mindful of the Buddha, mindful of the Dharma, and mindful of the Sangha. Shariputra, do not say this bird has been born to their misdeeds, and why in that land the 3 paths of misery do not exist. Even the names of this path are unknown there. Rather, Buddha Amitabha creates these birds by transformation, so the Dharma can be widely heard. Shariputra, in that Buddha land a gentle breeze blows on rows of Jew trees and Junets, making wondrous sounds. It is as if his hundreds of thousands of musical instruments were playing harmony. All those who hear these sounds naturally grow mindful of the Buddha, mindful of the Dharma, and mindful of the Sangha. Shariputra, this Buddha land is adorned with fine qualities. Shariputra, why is the Buddha named Amitabha? That Buddha's boundless light shines on all lands throughout the 10 directions. Nothing can obstruct it. That is what is called Amitabha. Shariputra, that Buddha's life and the lives of the beings of his land last from infinite many asamkhya kalpas. That is why this Buddha is also called Amitayus. 10 great kalpas have already gone by since he became a Buddha. Shariputra, Among the disciples of this Buddha, there are infinitely many hearers of the teaching. All of them are huts. Their numbers are beyond counting. The bodhisattvas in assembly also uncountable. Shariputra, the Buddha land is adorned with fine qualities. Shariputra, beings who are born in that land of utmost happiness, will never retreat on the path of awakening. Many will become Buddhas in their next life. Their numbers are beyond counting, and one can only speak of them as limitless, boundless, and incontable. Shariputra, beings who hear of this should vow to be born there, enjoy with these good people. Shariputra, beings with few blessings, virtues, and roots of goodness, cannot be born there. Therefore, Shariputra, good men and women who hear about Buddha Amitabha should always call his name with no other thoughts. By doing this for 1 day, 2 days, 3 or 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, as long as 7 days, when they approach the end of their lives, Buddha Amitabha will appear in front of them, together with his gathering of sages. When their lives come to an end, this people's mind will be clear and will be born in Buddha Amitabha's land of utmost happiness. Shariputra, because I've seen these good results, I want to know about them. All who hear what I said should make the vow to be born in that land. Shariputra, just I now praise the inconceivable merit and virtue of Buddha Amitabha. In the worlds today is there Buddha Kshobhya, a Buddha Sumeru banner, Buddha Great Sumeru, Buddha Sumeru's light, Buddha Wonders voice, and others such as these, as many as the grains of sand in the Ganges, each of them in his own land, shows the Harmaka wide a long tan that covers a large billion word system, and he speaks these truthful words. All you living beings should believe in the sutra, called praise the inconceivable qualities of this Buddha land, and protection and care of all Buddhas. Shariputra, in the worlds to the south, there Buddha lighted of sun and moon, Buddha light of renown, Buddha grey blazing shoulders, Buddha lamp of Sumeru, Buddha limitless vigor, and others such as these, as many as the grains of sand in the Ganges, each of them in his own land, shows the Harmaka wide a long tan that covers a large billion word system, and he speaks these truthful words. All you living beings should believe in the sutra, call praise the inconceivable qualities of this Buddha land, and the protection and care of all Buddhas. Shariputra, in the worlds to the west, there Buddha limitless lifespan, Buddha limitless hallmarks, Buddha infinite banner, Buddha great light, Buddha great brilliance, Buddha treasure hallmarks, Buddha light of purity, and others such as this, as many as the grains of sand in the Ganges, each of them in his own land, shows the Harmaka wide a long tan that covers a large billion word system, and he speaks these truthful words. All you living beings should believe in the sutra, call praise the inconceivable qualities of this Buddha land, and protection and care of all Buddhas. Shariputra, in the worlds to the north, there Buddha blazing shoulders, Buddha excellent voice, Buddha invulnerable, Buddha born of the sun, Buddha nets of light, and others such as these, as many as the grains of sand in the Ganges, each of them in his own land, shows the Harmaka wide a long tan that covers a large billion word system, and he speaks these truthful words. All you living beings should believe in the sutra, call praise the inconceivable qualities of this Buddha land, and protection and care of all Buddhas. Shariputra, in the worlds below, there Buddha lion, Buddha renown, Buddha light of renown, Buddha Dharma, Buddha Dharma banner, Buddha Dharma practice, and others such as this, as many as the grains of sand in the Ganges, each of them in his homeland, shows the Harmaka wide a long town that covers a large billion word system, and he speaks these truthful words. All you living beings should believe in this sutra. Call praises of the inconceivable qualities of this Buddha land, and protection and care of all Buddhas. Shariputra, in the worlds above, their Buddha Brahma voice, Buddha king of constellations, Buddha superior fragrance, Buddha light and fragrance, Buddha grey blazing shoulders, Buddha body adorned with colorful jewel flowers, Buddha king of Sala trees, Buddha jewel flower for virtue, Buddha revealing all meanings, and Buddha like Mount Sumeru, and others such as this, as many as the grains of sand in the Ganges, each of them in his homeland, shows the Harmaka word a long town that covers a large billion word system, and he speaks this truthful word. All you living beings should believe in this sutra, co-praising inconceivable qualities of this Buddha land, and protection and care of all Buddhas. Shariputra, what do you think? Why is this sutra called the protection and care of all Buddhas? Shariputra, the Buddhas will protect and keep in mind any man or woman who hears this sutra, accepts it and upholds it, and who hears the names of all these Buddhas. They will never retreat on the path to and suppress perfect awakening. Therefore, Shariputra, of you should believe and accept my words, and what all Buddhas teach. Shariputra, people already make the vow to be born in Buddha Amitabha's land, or now make that vow, or make that vow, or are certain to never retreat on the path to and suppress perfect awakening, and will be born, or now be born, already be born in that land. Therefore, Shariputra, good men or good women who have faith, should make the vow, I will be born in that land. Shariputra, just I now praise the inconceivable merit and virtue of all these Buddhas. They also praise my inconceivable merit and virtue, saying Buddha Shakyamuni, that's what is difficult to do, especially in the Saga world during evil time, the five trinities, the tributary of the Kalpa, the tributary of wrong views, the tributary of afflictions, the tributary of living beings, the tributary of lifespans. Amid all this, Buddha Shakyamuni has realized and suppressed perfect awakening, and for the sake of living beings, he explains this teaching, which beings in the world find hard to believe. Shariputra, you should know that during evil time the five trinities I've done what is hard to do. I've realized and suppressed perfect awakening, and for all beings I've explained this teaching, which is difficult to believe. This is really difficult. When the Buddha had finished teaching the sutra, Shariputra and the bhikshus, as well as the devas, humans, asuras, and others, rejoiced, believed, and accepted what they had heard. They bowed in reverence and departed. End of the Sutra of the Buddha's teaching of Amitabha. Namo Amitabha Yedoto Jedo Yedori Yeda Amiridobo Amirido Sidan Vobi Amirido Bijaran Amirido Bijaran Do Gemini Jejano Jero Jari Zobo Namo Amitabha Toto Jedo Yedori Yeda Amiridobo Amirido Sidan Bobi Amirido Bijaran Amirido Bijaran Do Gemini Jeno Jedo Jari Zabo Namo Amitabha Yedo Jedo Yedo Diet Miri Dombo Bia Miri Dosi Danbo Bia Miri Do Bijaran Dia Miri Do Bijaran Jemiri Jeno Jedo Jari Zabo Mokshan offering. Wishing now to understand all the Buddhas of the three times, contemplate the Dharma realm. All things are created from mind. Wishing now to understand all the Buddhas of the three times, contemplate the Dharma realm. All things are created from mind. Wishing now to understand all the Buddhas of the three times, contemplate the Dharma realm. All things are created from mind. Angela Dia Sapo, Angela Dia Sapo, Angela Dia Sapo. Namo Buddha Diri Cheri Dori Danda Yedoye. Diri Cheri Dori Danda Yedoye. Namo Buddha Diri Cheri Dori Danda Yedoye. An Sandola Cheto Zabo. An Sandola Cheto Zabo. An Sandola Cheto Zabo. Namo Buddha's Flower Garden Sutra of the Great Expanded Teachings. Namo Buddha's Flower Garden Sutra of the Great Expanded Teachings. Namo Buddha's Flower Garden Sutra of the Great Expanded Teachings. Namo Buddhas of the 10 Directions dwelling for all time. Namo Dharma of the 10 Directions dwelling for all time. Namo Sangha of the 10 Directions dwelling for all time. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha, founder and teacher of us all. Namo Bodhisattva of compassion, Guanshin. Namo Thirster Bodhisattva, who rescues those enlightened. Namo Honor Manananda, who stated all the teachings. Namo Buddhas of the 10 Directions dwelling for all time. Namo Dharma of the 10 Directions dwelling for all time. Namo Sangha of the 10 Directions dwelling for all time. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha, founder and teacher of us all. Namo Bodhisattva of compassion, Guanshin. Namo Restore Bodhisattva, who rescues those enlightened. Namo Nirvanananda, who stated all the teachings. Namo Buddhas of the 10 Directions dwelling for all time. The 10 Directions dwelling for all time. Namo Sangha of the 10 Directions dwelling for all time. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha, founder and teacher of us all. Namo Bodhisattva of compassion, Guanshin. Namo Restore Bodhisattva, who rescues those enlightened. Namo Honor Vanananda, who stated all the teachings. We take refuge with the Buddha. We take refuge with the Dharma. We take refuge with the Sangha. We take refuge with the Buddha on earth as the doubly perfect one. We take refuge with the Dharma on earth, teaching us to end desire. We take refuge with the Sangha on earth among all the multitudes. Now we've taken refuge with the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha. We take refuge with the Buddha. We take refuge with the Dharma. We take refuge with the Sangha. We take refuge with the Buddha, on earth as the doubly perfect one. We take refuge with the Dharma, on earth teaching us to end desire. We take refuge with the Sangha, on earth among all the multitudes. Taking refuge with the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha. We take refuge with the Buddha. We take refuge with the Dharma. We take refuge with the Sangha. We take refuge with the Buddha. There as the doubly perfect one. The Dharma on their teaching us to and desire. We take refuge with the Sangha on earth among all the multitudes. We've taken refuge with the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha. Buddhist karma done by body, speech, and mind, through the craving, anger, and delusion from beginningless time. This now repented all of this sentient beings, karma done by body, speech, and mind. Then craving, anger, and delusion from beginningless time. Sentient beings now repented all of this. Holy Spirit's karma done by body, speech, and mind. Through the craving, anger, and delusion from beginningless time. Lonely spirits now repented all of this. Countless beings I now vow to save. Limitless afflictions I now vow to end. Boundless dharmas I now vow to learn. Peerless Buddhahood I vow to realize. Beings I now vow to save. Limitless afflictions I now vow to end. Boundless dharmas I now vow to learn. Peerless Buddhahood I vow to realize. Countless beings I now vow to save. Limitless afflictions I now vow to end. Boundless dharmas I now vow to learn. Peerless Buddhahood I vow to realize. Beings of my nature I now vow to save. All afflictions of my nature I now vow to end. Dharmas of my nature I now vow to learn. Buddhahood my nature I now vow to realize. Of my nature I now vow to save. All afflictions of my nature I now vow to end. I now vow to learn Buddhahood, my nature, I now vow to realize. Beings of my nature, I now vow to save. All afflictions of my nature, I now vow to end. Dharmas of my nature, I now vow to learn. Buddhahood, my nature, I now vow to realize. An bola morning dawning supper. An bola morning dawning supper. An bola morning dawning supper. An haru raji sabbo. An haru raji sabbo. An haru raji sabbo. An bubbo diri jedori. Nandoye doye. An bubbo diri jedori. Nandoye doye. An bubbo diri jedori. Nandoye doye. An sanmeye satoan. An sanmeye sadoan. An sanmeye sadoan. Namo sawa dandoye do. Water judi an san boy. Hong Namo sawa dandoye do. Water judi an san bolai hong. Namo sawa dandoye do. Water judi an san bolai hong. Namo solo boye. Nandoye doye dajida han solo bolai solo sabo. Namo solo boye nandoye doye dajida han solo bolai solo sabo. Namo solo boye nandoye doye dajida han solo sabo. And one. And one. And one. Namo Sanmando Mudonan and one. Namo Sanmando Mudonan and one. Namo Sanmando Mudonan and one. Namo many Joes Tathagata. Namo peerless Tathagata. Namo wonders from Tathagata. Namo fast expensive from Tathagata. Namo far from fear Tathagata. Namo sweet you King Tathagata. Namo Amitabha Tathagata. Namo many Jews Tathagata. Namo peerless Jews Tathagata. Namo wonders from Tathagata. Namo fast expensive from Tathagata. Namo far from fear Tathagata. Namo sweet you King Tathagata. Namo Amitabha Tathagata. Namo many Jews Tathagata. Namo peerless Jews Tathagata. Namo wonders from Tathagata. Namo fast expensive from Tathagata. Namo far from fear Tathagata. Namo sweet you King Tathagata. Namo Amitabha Tathagata. May these mantras bless the purest Dharma food, given to all Buddhists, many as the grandest sense. Be content, renouncing all degree, swiftly leaving darkness, bar and the pure light. Taking refuge with the treasures, bring thee for the body, mind. Ultimately realizing can suppress awakening. Virtue be unbounded for all time, sharing with all Buddhist sufferings of Dharma food. This mantras bless these gifts of Dharma food, giving to all sentient beings, many as the Ganges sends. Be content, renouncing all degrees, with the living darkness, bar and the pure light. Taking refuge with the treasures, bring thee for the body, mind. Ultimately realizing can suppress awakening. May their merit and their virtue be unbounded for all time, sharing with all sentient beings sufferings of Dharma food. Mantras bless these droplets of sweet youth, giving to all lonely spirits, many as the Ganges sent. Be content, renouncing all degrees, with the living darkness, bar and the pure light. Taking refuge with the treasures, bring thee for the body, mind. License can suppress awakening. May their merit and their virtue be unbounded for all time, sharing with all lonely spirits offerings of Dharma food. To you, many faithful Buddhists, we now make this suffering. May this food pervade and quote their soul, faithful Buddhists share. We now dedicate this merit to all beings everywhere, giving food to faithful Buddhists so you realize Buddhahood. To you, many sentient beings, we now make this offering. May this food pervade and quote their soul, sentient beings share. We now dedicate this merit to all beings everywhere, giving food to sentient beings so you realize Buddha. To you, many lonely we now make this offering. May this food pervade and quote their soul, lonely spirit share. We now dedicate this merit to all beings everywhere, giving food to lonely spirits so you realize Buddha. An Muriring Zabo, An Muriring Zabo, An Muriring Zabo, An Yenan Zanboa, Pajalayo, Nan Yenan Zanboa, Pajalayo, Nan Yenan Zanboa, Pajalayo. The heart of Prajnaparamita Sutra. When Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara was practicing the profound Prajnaparamita, he illuminated the five skandhas and saw they are empty, and he crossed beyond all suffering and difficulty. Shariputra, form does not differ from emptiness. Emptiness does not differ from form. Form itself is emptiness. Emptiness itself is form. So to our feeling, cognition, formation, and consciousness. Shariputra, all dharmas are empty of characteristics. They are not produced, nor destroyed, not defiled, not pure, and they neither increase nor diminish. Therefore, in emptiness there is no form, feeling, cognition, formation, or consciousness. No eyes, ears, no stone, body, or mind. No sign, sound, smell, states, subjects of touch, or dharmas. No view the absolute, including no feel of mind consciousness, and no ignorance or ending of ignorance, absolute including all age and death, or ending of all age and death. There is no suffering, no accumulating, no extinction in no way, and no understanding and no attending, because knowing is attained. The Bodhisattva, who runs on Prajna Paramita, is in being his mind. Because there is no impediment, he is not afraid, and he leaves destroyed dreaming far behind. Ultimately, Nirvana, all Buddhas of the three periods of time attain Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi, who runs on Prajna Paramita. Therefore, know that Prajna Paramita is a great spiritual mantra, a great bright mantra, a supreme mantra, an unequal mantra, can remove all suffering and genuine not false. This is why the mantra of Prajna Paramita was spoken. Recite like this: Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhisvaha. I know the heart of Prajna Paramita Sutra. Namo Amitabha Yedoto Chedo Yeta Dieta Amirido Bo Amirido Sidan Bo Pi Amirido Pijaran Amirido Pijaran Do Gemini Jejano Jido Jari Zobo Namo Amitabha Toto Chedo Yeta Dieta Amirido Bo Opi amiri do pijaran di amiri do pijaran do gemini chachano chito chari sopo namo amido po yeto to chedo yedari yeda amiri do po amiri do sidan po pi amiri do pijaran di amiri do pijar gemini chachano chedo chari sopo. May all the four kinds of beings reach the jewel land, and the beings of all three realms be born from lotus bloom. May all the myriad ghosts attain the threefold worthiness, and the countless sentient ones descended then from Amitabha's body is the color of gold. Splendor of his armor has no peace. The light of his brow shines round and underward. White as the seas are his eyes, pure and clear, shining in his brilliant bright transformation. Countless bodhisattvas and infinite Buddhas. His 48 vows will be our liberation. 9 lotus stages we reach the farthest shore. Homage to the Buddha of the Western Pure Land. Kind and compassionate Amitabha. Homage to the Buddha of the Western Pure Land. Compassionate Amitabha. Homage to the Buddha of the Western Pure Land. Kind and compassionate Amitabha. Namo Amitabha. Namo Amitabha. Namo Amitabha. Namo Amitabha. Namo Amitabha. O Amitabha. Namo 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 Amitabha. Amitabha, 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 Amitabha. Bowing respect to the Venerable Master. Let's conclude our evening ceremony. Wish you all good rest of the night, and tomorrow hope you can join our morning streaming. Wish you well. Amitabha.